This is the final video in a 3-part series where we're creating a fully functional appointment reminder and confirmation app using Google AppSheet. If you're just stumbling upon this, it might be hard to jump in at this point, but you can use the link right up there to go back to the first video. In the first part, we looked at how to set up the basic app, and in the second part, we looked at how to automatically send reminders to customers when their appointments are 24 hours away. In this part, we're going to look at how to use Google Forms to let them confirm their appointments and then update your calendar within AppSheet based on their confirmation. We're again going to be following the steps that I've outlined within a Google Doc, and I've pinned a link to that document down in the comments. All right, we're going to pick up in the document right here under part 3, and the first thing that we need to do is create a Google form. We're going to name it Confirm Appointment. So let's go into Google Docs, create a blank form. Sorry, not Google Docs, Google Forms, create a blank form. We're going to name it Confirm Appointment, and I will name it up here, Confirm Appointment as well. And then within this document, we want to add a multiple choice. And the name for that is going to be, would you like to confirm or cancel? So I can repurpose this which is already a multiple choice. I can put in that answer there. And then I want 2 different options. And again, they are confirm and cancel. Okay, and then next we want to add a short answer, and we want to name it exactly this, appointment ID, please don't change. This is going to be sent to the user. The user is going to actually see this within their form, so that's why we want to include this please don't change note in there, because we don't want them to actually go change their appointment, or this whole thing isn't going to really work right. So again, we'll just copy that value. And within here, we're going to add a new field. We're going to put in that name. It'll automatically change the short answer, and we are all set there. So the next thing we want to do is publish this form so that anyone can access it, and specifically anyone can submit a confirmation using the form. So to do that, I'm going to publish, and I'm going to hit manage, and I'm going to set the responder view to anyone with the link. So now anyone on the link on the internet can respond to this form, which is what we want. Okay, and hit publish. And then the next thing we need to do is pre-fill the form with a placeholder for the appointment ID and then copy the link for that. So the way that you do that is you're going to go up here and you're going to click this 3 dots up in the corner, and you're going to hit pre-fill form. And then under appointment ID, we can just put in any value here. So I can put in ABC123. You can put in whatever you'd like. It doesn't really matter. And you see it says it down here, share the link to this pre-filled form. I'm going to copy that link. So that's what you want. Now that's copied to my clipboard, and I can proceed from here. So next step is to update the reminder within AppSheet. So back in part 2, when we were setting up the email that actually gets sent out, we had a placeholder in there that said we need to insert the link, the confirmation link, at a later point. So this is that point, and we're going to use what we just copied to the clipboard as the basis for that. So let's go into our AppSheet app. It's this one. And we're going to go into the the automations, and we're going to go to send email, and down under the email body, this is where we had add confirm link here. So what you want to do is paste the value that we just copied. I'm going to put a new line in there. And again, this is that placeholder link from that was from the Google form. And basically what we want to do is replace where we had ABC through ABC123 or whatever you use as your placeholder value with the actual appointment ID from AppSheet. So in order to do that, we have a value in here called appointment ID, and we can just paste that in there, or you could also just insert here, and it's going to actually replace that whatever that placeholder that we put in when we created the pre-filled link with the actual appointment ID from this specific appointment that it is sending out the confirmation for. So, and then once you do that, when somebody actually clicks that link, it's going to fill in that value of that appointment ID within the Google form. And then when they submit it, that's going to come back, and that's how it's going to know what appointment to update the confirmation for. Okay, so that step is now complete. The next thing we need to do is we want to add a new a data source to our AppSheet app, which is going to be this Google form that we just created. So to do that, I'm going to go to Data. I'm going to hit the plus to add a new data source. I'm going to use Google Forms as the source. And Confirm Appointment is the form that I just created. So I want to select that. All right, now we have Confirm Appointment in here, and you see it has some standard Google Forms fields, as well as the would you like to confirm appointment and appointment ID fields that we created as well. All right, next thing we want to do is add a new automation for processing the confirmations. So let's go back to AppSheet again, automations. We're going to add a new automation. Create a new bot, and we're going to call it Process Confirmations. And we want to add a new event in here, and we're going to call this event Confirmation Added. So configure event, put in a name for it here, Confirmation Added. We want the event source to be Forms, so the Google Forms. So I'm going to select that right here, and we want the form to be our confirm appointment. My value is right here is incorrect. It should say confirm appointment, but I'll go fix that. And then below that, what we want to do is we want to add a step to actually branch on the condition. So if the appointment is confirmed, we want to do one thing. So in other words, if the user selected confirm in the options, we want to do one thing, and that's update our appointment in our calendar with confirmed. And if they select cancel, we want to do something else, which is update our appointment with cancel. So we want to add a new branch condition in order to be able to do that. So I'm going to hit add step and create a new step. We are going to call this step, is it confirmed? So I'm going to paste that right there. And we want this to be a branch on a condition. And the condition is, would you like to confirm or cancel to be confirmed? So if that's true, we want to do one thing. If that's false, we want to do something else. So I can just select that down here. Would you like to confirm? It's going to put it in there, and I can say equals. And once I hit double quotes, it's going to give me the possible options there. So I want to say confirm. All right, so that matches exactly what we have for our condition here. I can hit save. And then down underneath the branch, we have two options for yes or no as far as what we want to do. So if it's yes, we want a step that's going to confirm the appointment. So I'm going to add a new step under yes by clicking this plus. And this is going to be run a data action. So I want to select run a data action here. And I want it to be run action on rows, which is up here. So I want to select run action on rows. My reference table is going to be appointments, and my referenced rows is going to be this expression. So what this expression is doing is it's basically just selecting the appointments, which should only be one, where the appointment ID is the appointment ID that was submitted through the form. So there's basically a loop happening here. When the email gets sent out, it puts the appointment ID into that link. That link gets put into the form when they actually click the link. Then when they submit the form, it gets sent back through again here. And then we're using that ID here in order to look up the appointment that we want to update. And this is surrounded in this list because it's basically just turning that single appointment ID that was submitted through the form into a list, which is what this data action actually expects. So basically, if you use the same exact values that I used here, you can just copy and paste this in. And I want to say referenced rows to that expression. And then what I want to do is run a referenced action on those rows. So back in part 1, we created 2 different actions called confirm and cancel that actually update the records, the actual calendar appointment entries to be either confirmed or canceled. So we're going to reuse that action we already created and actually call it from this automation in order to set that appointment as confirmed. So in order to do that, I just select confirm for my reference actions, and that is done. So let me save there. And then we're going to go back and do the same thing for the cancel case. So this is going to be the no case that we have here. We're going to just click the plus underneath that. We're going to create a new step. We're going to call this one cancel appointment. We are again going to run a data action. So I'm going to select that there. We are going to run action on rows again, so I'm going to select that. Reference table is again appointments. Same expression that we used last time that we're going to use for referenced rows. And this time we just want to run the action cancel. And save again. All right, so to quickly review, that's all of our changes, but to just quickly review what's happening when a new event is being fired, when at that confirmation form that we created in Google Forms is submitted. So this whole thing basically runs as soon as a new submission is created. Once that happens, it runs this to first determine if the person is trying to either confirm or cancel the appointment based on what they selected within that Google form in that multiple choice option. If they confirmed, oops, I lost my name on this. Let me fix that. This should be called confirm appointment. So if they've confirmed, it runs the data action in order to set the appointment with that appointment ID to confirmed, and if it is false or it is if they selected to cancel, then in other words that the confirm isn't the what they selected to do is not confirm. It does this one, and that actually sets the appointment to canceled. So that's everything you need to do to set this app up, and it should be working for you now. If you'd like, you can go back to the first video, which is linked down in the description, and watch my demo again to see how you can test it yourself. And the great thing is, since this is built-in AppSheet, you can easily customize it for your specific needs. If you want to learn how to do just that, be sure to subscribe to this channel where we cover all things AppSheet. Thanks for watching and happy building.